Hello friends, my name is Barry Wugali. I am a writer, a pastor, and an advocate of theology of development. I have recently released 2 books. One is Africa in Captivity, It is Time for the Church to Stand Up. The second one is Why and How to Evolve Christian Influence in African Politics. Why and How to Evolve Christian Influence in African Politics is my second book, and it builds on the first. Now, many people have told me, or they've said, that Christians cannot be involved in politics. I debunk that in my book. First and foremost, I have realized over the years in my interaction with people that even some highly informed people misunderstood, misrepresent, and misdefine politics. So I start by explaining what is truly called politics. I realize that people tend to call partisan activities politics. Politics is beyond partisan activity. Partisan activity is part of it. And politics is beyond partisanship. Partisanship is even the drag of politics that have defined our political activities on this continent. And so what I have done in that book is to draw attention that what we often call politics is not politics. And so when I talk about how and why the church should play a role, is that it has to start from church being able to take or bring the elements that are missing. I have observed something in Africa. What happens in every electioneering cycle is that churches adopt candidates that come from maybe mainstream politics, or people that come from mainstream political party, and they will say, we are behind this candidate, we are behind that candidate, they will endorse candidate. Now, I want to say that endorsement of candidates from mainstream political party is not politics, and that is not the kind of role that I envisage. It is beyond that. And then, even when churches or church organizations endorse party politicians, they do not follow up with a system or with a structure to ensure that politicians maintain the kind of programs that would lead to transformation and development. And so the piecemeal, intermittent responses to politics, the endorsement, the coming out once in a while and to making statements once in a while about affairs of the nation is not enough. That is not the kind of participation, that is not the kind of influence. I use the word carefully, how to evolve influence. The church needs to take very long planned program to be able to redefine the politics of their country. The biggest problem that we have is the way politics leadership is being run. But at the same time, we cannot do without politics leadership. Politics influence everybody. Politics determine everything. When you as a pastor, when you as a Christian, when your child adhere to the curriculum and to the policies of governance, politics is dictating your life. Even as a church, you cannot build your church in certain places. In fact, you need government licenses for you to operate as a church. That is politics. You need government approval for your building to be used for church. That is politics. Politics is way beyond. Politics ride on philosophies, concept, belief, doctrine, systems. Politics is the coordination of the structures of society. Politics is the coordinations component of society. Without politics, no aspects of life can be coordinated. The total activity, the total belief system, the practice, the daily operations that make society to function and to operate in sync is politics. And so, when we live in a world, when we live in a nation, when we live in a system where decisions are taken daily, where activities are happening daily, when people are taking decisions that affects our life, and when the common resources that we should all be connected to manage our common good for progress and for development is being mismanaged, then, and we keep quiet, we are saying that people should do as they will with our common interests. Politics is how do we manage our common interests. And once you are living in a society, your common interest is embedded in the interest of the society. Let me conclude by saying this. If the church do not play an active role, it has no right to complain. If the church do not influence what is happening, it has no right to render an opinion. You have to bring the things that you believe that will make the society better. What you think that the mainstream or the partisan politicians that you are complaining about are not able to do, come and do it. Come and correct it. And I am saying in this book why and how, the way it could be done. I'm not looking at an individual Christian organization. I'm not looking at an individual politicians, and I am not looking at politicians that attend certain churches, but I am looking at a biblical position, a Christian position, a way to structure a common Christian position to be able to drive the totality, the generality of every aspect, every component of our life, whether it be from national, provincial, state, regional, up to the least level of governance. I believe with all my heart, with the totality of my heart, that without the Christian playing an active and coordinated role, Africa would not get to the next frame. And now is the time. Read why and how to evolve Christian influence in African politics. Thank you very much.